What's good, T Squad? Y'all ready to get into some behind the scenes tea on the upcoming season of Married to Medicine? Then let's do it, because I got a lot of piping hot tea for you guys today. In my first story, we're going to discuss how Dr. Heavenly once again went on her YouTube channel discussing Dr. Contessa and Scott's marriage, and she's claiming once again that Scott is cheating on Contessa, and even went as far as to ask Quad for advice on being accused of cheating by a blogger. Y'all, let's get into the video.
I really don't. I know he ain't got no kids, but I'm saying I really don't think he cheat. I really don't. Contessa gaslights you and plays the victim. I'm surprised he didn't play the part about Scott. I guess because Scott been so silent, they really probably want them to come back. But now Scott called Quad about some woman he was at a hotel with. Quad admitted it. She said, he called me up and said, how do I keep this out of the blogs? Quad told him, listen, get your wife. The main thing you want to do is get your wife. And that's how we got in the conversation of she saying, I'm being miserable. Because my answer wouldn't have been your titties after she saying I'm miserable. My answer would have been, you must be miserable because you done filed for divorce 3, 4, 6 times. You done filed for divorce at least 3 times that we know of. Allegedly. One time you lied on camera and did not file. You filed a year later when we wasn't even around. And then you canceled the divorce proceedings right before we started filming. A few months before we started filming. Per Simone. These are Simone's words. She looked it up. She said she got the ask her. I don't think she'd lie about it. I don't think that. I really don't. I know he ain't got no kids, but I'm saying I really don't think he cheat. I really don't. So I presented that, and Contessa was like, what? And Quad said, yes, that did happen. He called me, and I told, and it looked like Contessa already knew, but Contessa was already pissed with Quad. That's why when he went backstage, looked like that she was happy that Simone was saying these things to Quad because all that had already transpired. Quad backed it up. She was like, yes, he called me. It ain't no lie. Why would Scott call Quad? This was years ago, though. This was maybe before the last season she was on. But he called her and said, you know what? These people saying they got some receipts on me that I was at a hotel room with this woman. How do I keep that from going to the vlogs? Quad said, I don't know this particular blogger, but go get your wife, explain to her what it is. So you get her on your team before any of this come to pass. Now, it never did come out. It never did. I never saw it. But Scott did call her with that. So that's what it was. So I presented that, and Contessa was like, what? And Quad said, yes, that did happen. He called me, and I told.
My thing, okay, if they didn't show this at the reunion, they cut this part out for whatever reason, right? Why are you talking about it on your YouTube channel? This is the reason why she has an issue with you now, because you steady talking about this lady and her marriage. Okay, if even, let's say if that did happen, right? They still together. She ain't left. She ain't going nowhere. So why are you discussing it? And it's like she gets so giddy and excited about talking about other people's issues. Like, and she got the nerve to be trying to run for office in Atlanta. Girl, I wouldn't vote for her to go and buy me a pizza, let alone do politics for me. Hell no. Hell to the no. I don't understand. Like, if I was Contessa at this point, like, I wouldn't even argue with her at this point. I wouldn't even talk to her. I would ignore her at all costs at this point, because she's just simply not going to stop. No matter how many times she is told to stop talking about folks, she just is going to continue to do it. Contessa literally is going to have to just catch her off guard and pop her ass when she least expect it, because that's what needs to happen to Heavenly at this point, because this lady is miserable. And even with her calling you miserable at the reunion, it still didn't justify you going for her breast. Like, that's just disgusting. Who in the hell would vote for somebody that would willingly discuss a woman's breast after knowing she had a mastectomy? Like, and then you want people to vote for you? Like, this lady is a vile, devilish human being. Flat out. She's a disgusting person. Her and Quad. I don't see it for neither one of them, frankly. And to be honest with you guys, after last season, I don't know if I can handle doing another season of reviews on Married to Medicine. I doubt I even do them. I don't know, because they make my head hurt. I literally was cringing every time I had to watch the show. Like, I got nauseated because I cannot stand these women. I simply cannot. It's really that bad for me now. Heavenly was also asked on her YouTube channel, does Dr. Jackie have a dark side? Heavenly was also asked on her podcast, does Dr. Jackie have a dark side? Yeah, but let's see what she had to say, child.
And the people at B tell me Jackie was even more rude to her than they showed. They said she told her to get out now. But they kind of softened it down. It was still pretty bad. Give us a minute. Give us that baby was trying to say something. She came in and she said, well, I think we don't give a fuck what you think. Get the hell out of here. Basically, Jackie don't cuss. How would you feel? When they was arguing, it was Simone and Quad. She couldn't run the quad, clearly. So she thought, okay, I'm gonna run over here with Jackie and Simone. That'd be pretty safe. I sat my ignorant ass down because I didn't know who to run to, because I love Simone and I love Quad. I do not want people to feel like I'm picking sides. So I sat my ass down. So she wanted to go somewhere. She want to feel accepted. I don't know, sweetie. If I was you, I'd just hang it up with these people because they don't like you, baby. They just don't. I think that Jackie was done when you told her FUB. And you, maybe in your mind, some kind of way you thought that was okay. Maybe in your mind, some way you thought it was deserving. Because she said she had joked around and said, when she was at the bachelorette party, she said, what else can y'all do to me? And Jackie said, listen, they could bring that woman that went to the hotel with, so they can do some other stuff. And Jackie kind of laughed, but she was playing. She was trying to make light of the situation. I get that Sweet Tea didn't know Jackie. So at some point she held that resentment in and then said, fuck you, bitch.
People in the comment section even like, girl. Someone says, Dr. Jackie isn't nice. I think we've seen that over the years. Obviously. Is Heavenly okay? She needs to get out of that closet and touch some grass. I mean, this show has consumed her. She really needs to take a break. It's okay to not comment on everything. Thank you. Somebody else says, why is Heavenly always talking? How can we mute her? I mean, Jesus. I mean, anybody with 2 eyes and 2 ears know that Jackie is a mean girl. She's been a mean girl, woman, elderly, whatever, elder since season 1. I have never went up for Jackie. Never, ever, 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 ever. Anybody that can be friends with a person like Heavenly, that they ain't shit. Period. They ain't shit. That's all you need to know about her. That she is right there alongside Heavenly. So they are 2 devils together. Okay? Girl, bye. And I had already gotten first knowledge about the way that she talked to Sweet Tea at the reunion before it even aired. Because I got, people. But yeah, she did talk to her crazy. I can verify that. Myself, you guys, that she did talk to Sweet Tea crazy, and it was so unwarranted and unnecessary and downright rude and disrespectful. It really, honestly, truly was, the way that she spoke to Sweet Tea that day, and just overall how she was treated, period, while on that show. I'm glad that she didn't come back, because who in the hell wants to be around people that treat you that way? They never really gave her a chance. And I felt bad for Sweet Tea. Here is footage of Quad and Kirk at her birthday party. I don't know if it was being filmed or not, but this is them, child. If you didn't watch my Quad exposed video, it is under my exposed playlist. Make sure you tap into that, because baby, I spilled all the tea on her and Mr. Kirk. And there was a lot of tea that was spilled, okay? But yeah, I don't see it for them. He's a scam artist and she is too. Next up, Funky Diva spoke about the upcoming season of Married to Medicine on his YouTube channel. Let's check out what he had to say.
Else on Married to Medicine this season. Y'all remember, I don't think I'm speaking out of turn by telling this. Y'all remember Angel that was on Basketball Wives, dark-skinned pretty girl that's a nurse? She's going to be on Married to Medicine this year. She's Quad brought her along, and she's filming and getting along with the girls, and they're loving her real good. And y'all know how it goes. Intention is always to just kind of come along and film along, and based on how entrenched in the storylines and stuff you get will determine if you get bumped up to main cast or not. But Angel is on there. I'm trying to think. Audra was at the party. Toya, Quad, Contessa, Simone, Heavenly, all the husbands. Mimi was there. The new girl Mimi and her husband Steve. Steve had a badass Louis Vuitton trench coat on. It was a good time. I miss Audra a lot too. They did mic Audra up, so that was a good thing. They did mic Audra up. Me and Heavenly talk about it all the time. Audra didn't get a fair shake.
She did.
Audra was pregnant. Her mom passed, a family member passed, and I think it was like some COVID stuff going on at the same time. Her and Martin literally, they couldn't show up to a lot of the filmings or whatever, and that is why, Audra ended up kind of getting the X. I don't think Audra got a fair shake, and I don't think Janice got a fair shake. I think that they should have gave Audra one more go around, and so they should have given Janice another go around.
I 100% agree with that. I do wish that Audra would come back and that they give her another shot. I think that it's great that the cast is welcoming Angel Love into the fold. If you do not remember, she was on Basketball Wives for a season or two. Very beautiful girl. Like he said, she's a nurse, I believe. She has her own scrubs clothing line. She's been doing really well for herself. She has 2 kids, and I got a story for you guys in this video that you do not want to miss regarding Miss Angel Love. But what stuck out to me about what Funky Diva said is that all the girls are loving her, and I'm like, yeah, they loving her now. If she comes on full time next season or whatever, oh baby, that damn Heavenly is going to turn on her, because Angel, if she's the same Angel as she was on Basketball Wives, she's an easy target. I don't remember her being very confrontational or anything like that. I remember her being, a sweet girl, just a sweet girl, kind of meek a little. So hopefully she's gotten a backbone, but yeah, they nice to her now. But she will be a target very, very soon, and I'm betting money that she'll become a target of Heavenly's, especially if Heavenly don't win this damn election and she can go back to being her regular mean old self. Here's some behind the scenes video of Dr. Mimi and her husband Steve filming their green screens together. What the hell he got on? Girl, no. I don't really see it for Dr. Mimi. I don't see it for this big ass fake ass Scottie Pippen either, and this outfit is pissing me off. Like, no. Now, let me give you all the tea on Miss Angel Love. Now, if you remember when she was on Basketball Wives, she had a child. But here recently, within the last few years, she just had her second child. In an article that I found from the year 2020 via People magazine, they did a story on Angel Love and her surprise crazy delivery. So this is the article. It says the Basketball Wives season 5 cast member, who was 33 at the time back in 2020, welcomed a son named Xavier Amar on May 23rd. And while the new mother of 2, she also has a daughter named Heaven Love, who was 6 at the time. Couldn't be happier to have a new baby boy to love on. His entry into the world wasn't without its hurdles, both physical and emotional. In an exclusive conversation with People, Angel Davis recalls the the experience of being admitted to a hospital in Atlanta after initially going in for a normal checkup 2 months before giving birth to Xavier, who arrived at 28 weeks gestation, weighing just 2 pounds. I found out my cervix was funneling, she says, which means it was still closed at the bottom, but the top wasn't closed all the way, so it looks like a tunnel. It was a risk for preterm labor. Doctors ended up admitting her at that point and gave her medication to try and help with the funneling, but it just got worse, Angel recalls. It got to a point where my cervix opened all the way. I was dilated 1 centimeter and I was maybe 23 or 24 weeks. The New Orleans native, who is also a registered nurse, was hoping to make it to 34 weeks, so she prayed and tried keeping her spirits up despite facing even more difficulties like the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, which made in-person support a huge challenge with hospitals' more stringent rules about visitors. Her water ended up breaking at just 25 weeks though, which sent Davis into a bit of a panic. She tells People her medical team was able to push off labor for another 3 weeks with the help of medication, as well as give her some steroids to help make the baby stronger. When it was time for the nurse to check her cervix to see how far labor was progressing, they actually felt his leg. He was about to walk on out, Davis says with a laugh, going on to share that she delivered her son via emergency cesarean section, and Xavier's strength, she recalls, was amazing to see despite his early arrival in small size. He didn't have to intubate it. He came out breathing on his own, which was all a blessing, she says. He had some oxygen for a little while and a feeding tube, and that's just because of him learning to have that sucking reflex he just didn't have at the time because he still was a preemie. As Davis' daughter arrived after a full-term pregnancy, she admits that she thought it was a given that the situation would be the same with Xavier. I never realized what it was like being on that other side of being a mother and you're battling going into preterm labor and maybe having a premature baby. It just all made me realize the blessing that everything comes with, just knowing that you're able to get pregnant, because a lot of women struggle with even getting pregnant. Now, if you do not know who her child's father is, this is a photograph of him. His name is Dewan Blair. He is a former professional basketball player. He played college basketball for the Pittsburgh Panthers from 2007 to 2009. He entered the 2009 NBA draft, where he was selected as the 37th overall pick by the San Antonio Spurs. Now, there isn't much information out there about his and Angel's relationship whenever they were dealing with one another. But last year, a video came out of him in a very compromising position with another gentleman. Let's take a look. Now, the person that posted this says, for starters, I'm not arguing with none of you unknown broke lane people or people about a MFer that I was in a whole relationship with for almost 5 years. You people obviously know nothing about this, people, and it shows, so fall the F back. I caught this, I guess, nigga cheating in my freaking house on candid camera, on top of the fact that a private investigator basically confirmed my suspicions. So of course I'm freaking pissed because I'm human, and y'all talking about clout chasing. How this boy don't have nothing. I fund his life, and I have for a while now. All I asked was for this MF to keep it real, not with y'all but with me, the same MF that's had his back since since we met. I have every freaking right to be upset. And when that boy left me out to dry, I decided to return the favor and let y'all know the real so we can share the humiliation. I still love him. Wow. I don't believe Angel ever spoke out about this. I mean, it's obvious that they're not together anymore, but dude said that they've been dealing with each other for 5 years. Now, we know that she had her son in 2020. I don't know if they were still together at that time or what. I don't know if this will be a situation that comes up on the show, if somebody will bring it up, if she will bring it up. I don't know if he will even make an appearance or her other child's father. I don't know, but baby, this is a mess. A whole big old mess. And you know, somehow, some way, this gonna get brought up on Married to Medicine. You know it is. What y'all think of all of this tea that I have on Married to Medicine? How do you think that season 12 is shaping up? Are you excited about it? Are y'all like, I'm over it? What do you guys think about Angel Love joining the cast? Hopefully we'll see more of Audra. I really would like for her to come back and get more of a chance, because baby, when her and Toya had that fight, that was everything, okay? But seriously, I don't know if I could stomach another season of watching Dr. Heavenly and Quad and Jackie. I just simply cannot stomach it. I just yeah, but y'all let me know what y'all thought about this video. Let's talk about everything down below in the comment section. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know my videos drop. I love you, T Squad, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.